A familiar face could soon be heading back to Weatherfield, and fans of Coronation Street are already buzzing with excitement. Rumors surrounding a possible return for a former Coronation Street star have exploded online after fresh reports hinted that producers may be preparing what insiders are calling a terrific new storyline. For longtime viewers, this isn't just another casting rumor. It could be the return of a character deeply connected to the emotional history of the street itself. And if the speculation turns out to be true, Weatherfield may never be the same again. Because in Coronation Street, returning characters rarely come back quietly. They return with secrets, unfinished business, emotional confrontations, and dramatic twists that change everything. So who could be making a comeback? Why are fans suddenly convinced a huge return is on the horizon? And what exactly is this mysterious, terrific storyline everyone keeps talking about? Let's break down everything we know so far. Introduction. For more than 6 decades, Coronation Street has remained one of the most iconic and beloved television dramas in British entertainment history. The ITV soap has built its legacy on emotional storytelling, unforgettable characters, and dramatic twists that keep audiences invested year after year. One of the biggest strengths of Coronation Street has always been its ability to bring former characters back into the spotlight in ways that feel emotional, meaningful, and exciting for viewers. And now, fresh speculation about a former Corrie star potentially returning to the show has captured massive attention online. Reports suggesting the actor may be open to returning for a terrific storyline have sparked huge conversations across the fanbase, with viewers desperately trying to guess which character could be heading back to Weatherfield. The possibility alone has created enormous excitement. Because when a former Coronation Street character returns, it often leads to emotional reunions, shocking revelations, unresolved feuds, and major changes across the street. And fans believe this latest rumored comeback could be absolutely massive. Background context. To understand why this story has generated such strong reactions, it's important to recognize the emotional role returning characters play within Coronation Street itself. Unlike many television dramas, soap operas create long-term emotional connections between audiences and characters over decades. Fans don't simply watch these people for a single season. They grow up with them. Viewers follow relationships, marriages, betrayals, tragedies, and personal struggles across years, or even generations, of storytelling. That emotional investment means former characters often remain deeply important to fans long after leaving the show. Coronation Street, in particular, has a long history of bringing back beloved characters when audiences least expect it. Some returns have been emotional and heartwarming, while others have triggered complete chaos throughout Weatherfield. And because returning characters usually carry emotional history with them, even a single comeback can completely reshape ongoing storylines. Over the years, Corrie has successfully used returning characters to revive old rivalries, reconnect fractured families, reveal hidden secrets, and create dramatic twists that energize the entire soap. That's why rumors of another possible return immediately sparked huge excitement, especially after reports suggested producers may already have a strong storyline prepared. Fans know that if Coronation Street is planning a comeback, it's rarely random. There's usually a major emotional reason behind it. Main news details. The latest wave of speculation began after reports hinted that a former Coronation Street star could potentially return to the soap if the right storyline emerged. According to the growing rumors, discussions surrounding a possible comeback have intensified because producers may have developed what's being described as a terrific storyline capable of bringing the character back into Weatherfield dramatically. That single phrase immediately caught fans' attention. Because soap viewers know producers rarely use language like that unless they believe a storyline has genuine emotional potential. As soon as the reports surfaced, social media exploded with theories about who the returning character could be and how their comeback might impact current storylines. Some fans believe the return could involve unresolved family drama connected to legacy characters already on the street. Others suspect producers may be planning a shock reveal involving hidden secrets, old romances, or long-running feuds that were never fully resolved. And because Coronation Street thrives on emotional continuity, there's endless potential for dramatic fallout. Recent episodes have also fueled speculation among viewers who believe subtle clues may already be appearing on screen. Soap fans are famously observant. Even small references, unusual dialogue moments, or emotional callbacks can trigger huge theories online when audiences suspect a major return storyline may be approaching. Some viewers have pointed to characters suddenly revisiting old memories, or discussing past events connected to former residents of Weatherfield. Others think certain emotional storylines currently unfolding could create the perfect setup for a familiar face to reappear. That uncertainty is exactly what keeps fan interest growing. Another major reason the speculation feels so exciting is because returning characters often bring emotional history that newer storylines simply cannot replicate. When a former Corrie resident walks back onto the cobbles, audiences immediately remember years of emotional moments attached to that character. That emotional connection creates instant drama. Whether the return involves reconciliation, revenge, heartbreak, or redemption, viewers already carry years of emotional investment into the storyline before it even begins. That's incredibly powerful from a storytelling perspective. Reports suggesting the actor may genuinely be open to returning have also increased excitement significantly. Fans know many soap stars eventually move on to other projects, making returns difficult depending on schedules and career choices. So whenever there's even a hint that a former star might be willing to come back, speculation intensifies quickly. At the same time, Coronation Street producers appear increasingly focused on balancing nostalgia with fresh storytelling. Long-time viewers love emotional callbacks and familiar faces, while newer audiences want engaging modern storylines that still feel relevant and exciting. A carefully planned return could therefore satisfy both goals simultaneously. That's one reason fans believe the rumored storyline may be far bigger than people currently realize. Some online theories even suggest the returning character could become central to multiple storylines across Weatherfield rather than appearing briefly for a short guest return. Others think the comeback may trigger emotional consequences for several existing characters, especially if unresolved conflicts from the past suddenly resurface. Because in soap operas, the past never truly stays buried forever. Public and media reactions. The reaction online has been huge. Fans of Coronation Street have flooded social media with theories, wish lists, and emotional reactions about which former star could potentially return. Many long-time viewers admitted they would love to see familiar faces back on the cobbles, especially characters connected to classic Corrie storylines from previous eras of the show. Some fans described the rumors as the best news in ages, while others said a major return could help bring fresh energy and emotional depth back into Weatherfield. Entertainment websites and soap discussion pages have also heavily covered the speculation, further increasing excitement among viewers. Articles focusing on the phrase "terrific storyline" quickly sparked debates about what kind of dramatic twist producers may be planning behind the scenes. Interestingly, fan reactions have revealed how emotionally attached audiences remain to former characters years after their departures. Viewers have passionately discussed old storylines, iconic rivalries, heartbreaking exits, and unfinished emotional arcs they still hope Coronation Street might revisit someday. That emotional nostalgia is one of the biggest reasons soap returns generate so much attention. Fans are not simply excited about seeing an actor again. They're excited about reconnecting with emotional history. Some viewers have also pointed out that returning characters often create some of the soap's most memorable moments. Whether through emotional reunions, shocking confessions, or explosive arguments, comeback storylines frequently dominate headlines and social media conversations for weeks. Because of that, expectations surrounding this rumored return are already becoming extremely high. Analysis: what this means. From a storytelling perspective, a major return to Coronation Street could have enormous creative benefits. Returning characters instantly create emotional stakes because audiences already understand their history, relationships, and unresolved tensions within the street. That emotional familiarity allows writers to launch major storylines quickly without needing lengthy introductions. It also helps strengthen continuity within the soap itself. Long-running dramas survive partly because they maintain emotional connections between past and present storylines. Returning characters remind audiences that Weatherfield has a living history stretching back decades. At the same time, comeback storylines always carry risks. Fans often develop strong emotional expectations about beloved characters, meaning producers must carefully balance nostalgia with realistic character development. If handled well, however, returns can completely revitalize audience excitement. The current speculation also reflects a wider trend across television, where legacy characters and nostalgic storytelling continue attracting major viewer interest. Audiences increasingly enjoy revisiting familiar worlds and reconnecting with characters they loved years earlier. Coronation Street appears fully aware of that emotional power. And if producers truly are developing a terrific storyline behind the scenes, they may be preparing something far more significant than viewers currently expect. Future possibilities. Looking ahead, fans are already predicting several possible outcomes. One theory suggests the returning character could arrive unexpectedly during an emotional family crisis, instantly shaking up existing relationships across Weatherfield. Another possibility is that the comeback may involve unfinished romantic history, potentially reopening old emotional wounds or reigniting former relationships. Some viewers believe the character could return carrying secrets connected to events from years earlier, creating dramatic fallout throughout the street. Others suspect producers may be planning a longer-term return rather than a short guest appearance, especially if audience reactions remain strong. There's also growing speculation that the rumored comeback could tie directly into future major storylines already being quietly developed behind the scenes. And because Coronation Street loves emotional surprises, many fans believe the biggest twist may still be completely hidden for now. Whatever happens next, viewers are clearly preparing for a major emotional moment. Conclusion. Once again, Coronation Street has fans completely hooked thanks to growing speculation surrounding a possible returning star and a mysterious, terrific storyline that could dramatically reshape Weatherfield. While official confirmations remain limited, the excitement surrounding the rumors already proves just how emotionally important returning characters remain within the world of Coronation Street. For long-time viewers, familiar faces represent more than nostalgia. They represent unfinished stories, emotional history, and connections that still matter deeply after all these years. And if a former Corrie legend really is preparing to return, fans can probably expect secrets, emotional confrontations, and dramatic twists that could leave the entire street changed forever. Viewer engagement. Which former Coronation Street character would you most love to see return to Weatherfield? And what kind of terrific storyline do you think producers could be planning behind the scenes? Share your theories and predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Coronation Street updates, soap spoilers, and entertainment news coverage.